Definitely, cafe art prevalent in my city, and cafe culture has dominated the market. In terms of students, cafe gains popularity because they provide a comfortable space with Wi-Fi to work and study. However, when it's come to older people, traditional Swiss side coffee shops are more widespread since they prefer a simple, quiet morning routines.
Thank you. That was a solid start. Now, let me give you some detailed feedback on your answer. First, I would estimate your band score for that particular response to be around 6.0. Regarding fluency and coherence, you had a good flow of ideas, though there were a few stumbles and hesitations as you searched for the right words. For vocabulary, you used some good terms like dominated the market and comfortable space, but be careful with your word forms like saying cafe at prevalence instead of cafes are prevalent. Regarding grammar, all those mistakes I just mentioned need to be corrected. You also said when it come instead of when it comes. For pronunciation, your speech was clear, but watch out for clarity on some longer words to ensure you are pronouncing every syllable correctly. So a corrected version of your answer would be, definitely, cafes are prevalent in my city and cafe culture has dominated the market. In terms of students, cafes gain popularity because they provide a comfortable space with Wi-Fi to work and study. However, when it comes to older people, traditional street-side coffee shops are more widespread since they prefer a simple, quiet morning routine. Exactly, widespread. To continue, here is your next question. Is fast food popular where you live?
About fast food.
Take your time. Could you tell me a bit more about whether fast food is popular where you live, and perhaps some reasons why?
Yes, fast food is increasingly common and has gained massive popularity over the years. Regarding busy office workers and students, fast food gains popularity because it's a quick, convenient, and fits their fast place lifestyles. However, when it comes to healthy diets or older generations, it's not widespread since they prefer home cooked nutritious meals.
Thank you. Based on that response, I would estimate your band score for that answer to be around 5.5 or 6.0. For fluency and coherence, you presented some clear points comparing different groups of people, though there were a few grammatical and vocabulary inaccuracies that made your meaning less precise than it could be. Regarding vocabulary, terms like quick and convenient and home-cooked meals are good, but phrases like increase daily common and wise space need to be corrected. For grammar, you said fast foody and creep, which should be fast food is increasingly common and fits they first place like size, which likely means fits their fast-paced lifestyle. Your
Okay,
pronunciation.
next questions.
Alright, let's move on. Is swimming popular in your hometown?
Yes, swimming is a widespread sport that has gained significant popularity, especially in summer. In terms of children and teenagers, swimming gains popularity because it is a fun, cooling, recreational activity and a vital surviving skill. However, when it comes to the working adults, it's not popular like that. They rarely have enough free time to visit public pools.
I see, you got cut off there, but it sounds like you were saying that working adults don't have enough free time for swimming. Based on your complete response, I would estimate your band score for that answer to be around 6.0. You had a good structure comparing different age groups, though there were some grammar errors like working others instead of working adults, and especially in summer. A corrected version of your answer would be, yes, swimming is a widespread sport that has gained significant popularity, especially in summer. In terms of children and teenagers, swimming gains popularity because it is a fun, cooling recreational activity and a vital survival skill. However, when it comes to working adults, it's not as popular since they rarely have enough free time. Now for the next question. What snacks are popular in your hometown?
Let me see about the slack. What do you mean slack with slack mean?
It sounds like you might have misheard the word. I asked about snacks, which means small amounts of food eaten between meals, not slack. Would you like to answer that question about which snacks are popular in your hometown, or would you prefer I choose a different question?
Yes, I continue answer your question about snack.
Great, I'm ready to listen. Go ahead and tell me about the popular snacks in your hometown.
Sweet food snacks are prevalent and have gained lifelong popularity among locals. Regarding students, spicy sweet snacks like rice paper salad gains popularity because they are cheap, flavorful, and perfect for sharing. However, when it comes to health conscious others, fresh foods or mixed nuts are more widespread since they avoid some like dirty foods or bad foods.
Thank you. Based on your response, I would estimate your band score for that answer to be around 5.5 or 6.0. Regarding fluency and coherence, you gave a good overview of different types of snacks for different groups, though there were some pronunciation and grammatical inaccuracies that affected clarity. For vocabulary, you used terms like flavorful and health conscious, but phrases like lifelong popularity among local and wise space should be adjusted to immense popularity among locals and are more popular. For grammar corrections, you said when it's come to, which should be when it comes to, and they are perfect for saying, which should be they are perfect for sharing. A corrected version of your answer would be snacks are prevalent and have gained immense popularity among locals. In terms of students, spicy sweets like rice paper salad are popular because they are cheap, flavorful, and perfect for sharing. However, when it comes to health-conscious adults, fresh foods or mixed nuts are more popular since they avoid foods they perceive as unhealthy. Now let's move on to the final part of our practice session. What subjects are popular at your school?
I think that's English or like math have gained massive popularity and dominate the curriculums. Do
Thank
you know
you.
that?
Based on your response...
No! Don't interrupt me.
I completely understand. I will wait for you to finish.
Yes, I think that in my country, English have gained massive popularities. Regarding students in the science tracks, math and IT gains popularity because they open up the career paths in technology and engineer. However, when it comes to some arts oriented students, their subjects are a lot widespread since they prefer creativity fields like literature or graphic designs.
Thank you for completing that thought so thoroughly. Based on your response, I would estimate your band score for that answer to be around 6.0. Your fluency was good and you organized your ideas by contrasting different study tracks, though there were a few slip-ups in grammar and pronunciation. Regarding vocabulary, terms like science tracks and open up career paths are appropriate, but watch out for mistakes like gained massive popularity, which is fine, but saying maps is a popularities needs correction. For grammar corrections, you said English have gained, which should be English has gained, and their subjects are a lot of Y space, which should likely be these subjects are much more popular. Pronunciation-wise, try to articulate each word precisely to prevent any misunderstanding. A corrected version of your answer would be yes, I think that in my country English has gained massive popularity. Regarding students in science tracks, math and IT are popular because they open up career paths in technology and engineering. However, when it comes to students in arts or humanities, these subjects are much more popular since they prefer creative fields like literature or graphic design. Now we will continue with the next random question from your list. Is coffee popular among young people in your country?
I remember that I have answered this question in the first time. That's even another question about the coffee like drinking, not the coffee shop.
You are absolutely right to point that out, and I apologize for the confusion. The question, is coffee popular among young people in your country, is indeed about the drink itself, and not the shops. Would you like to provide your answer on whether young people in your country enjoy drinking coffee?
Yes, coffee is prevalent among your youngs and has completely dominated the beverage markets. Regarding university students and young professionals, iced coffees and especially break. Do you know that it's coffee in the cool water? They put it in the freeze and then when they want to drink it, they put it out and makes it like in the room temperature. Yes. Because
Thank you.
they put
Based on
energy
your-
for the long working hour. However, when it comes to teenager or school children, coffee is not popular since they prefer sweeter options like milk tea or smoothies.
Thank you for that detailed response. Based on your answer, I would estimate your band score for that answer to be around 6.0. Your fluency was good, and you provided a clear contrast between older youth and teenagers, though there were some minor grammatical and phrasing inaccuracies. Regarding vocabulary, terms like cold brew and dominates the beverage markets are excellent, but phrases like among the youngs should be adjusted to among young people. For grammar corrections, you said it's coffee in the cool water, which should be phrased as cold brew coffee. Pronunciation-wise, try to articulate each word precisely to prevent any misunderstanding. A corrected version of your answer would be coffee is prevalent among young people and entirely dominates the beverage market. University students and young professionals prefer iced coffee, especially cold brew, as it provides energy for long working hours. However, when it comes to teenagers or school children, coffee is not popular since they prefer options like milk tea or smoothies. Now let's move on to the next random question. Is going to the cinema popular where you live?
Yes, watching movies at the cinema is a prevalent form of entertainment that dominates the weekend market. About young couples and groups of friends, cinemas gain popularity because they offer an immersive audio-visual experience and a perfect dating atmosphere. However, when it comes to a large families with elders, going to the theater is not wide space since they find it more comfortable or cost-effective to watch YouTube at home.
Thank you. Based on your response, I would estimate your band score for that answer to be around 6.5. Your fluency was quite good, and you structured your ideas well by contrasting different age groups, though there were a few minor phrasing inaccuracies. Regarding vocabulary, phrases like dominates the weekend market and immersive audio-visual experience are excellent, but the repeated use of wise space should be avoided and replaced with phrases like are not a popular choice for them.
For grammar corrections, you said it's not wise space, which should be corrected to that idea doesn't make sense in this context. Pronunciation-wise, try to ensure your phrasing flows naturally to enhance intelligibility. A corrected version of your answer would be, yes, watching movies at the cinema is a prevalent form of entertainment that dominates the weekend market. For young couples and groups of friends, cinemas gain popularity because they offer an immersive audio-visual experience and a perfect dating atmosphere. However, when it comes to large families with elders, going to the theater is not a popular choice since they find it more comfortable or cost-effective to watch shows at home. Now let's move on to the next random question. Is coffee popular among young people in your country?